You think you've seen it all in the animal kingdom? Wait until you meet creatures that can literally become invisible, survive freezing solid, or clone themselves. Nature's got superpowers we can barely imagine. Number 6. The immortal jellyfish, Turritopsis dohrnii. Let's start with something straight out of a fantasy novel. A jellyfish that doesn't die. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, better known as the immortal jellyfish. It's found in oceans all over the world and has one incredible trick. It can reverse its own aging process. When it's injured, starving, or old, this jellyfish doesn't just die like the rest of us. Instead, it reverts its cells back to a younger state, basically transforming itself into a baby jellyfish again. Scientists call this process transdifferentiation. It's like your grandma turning back into a toddler whenever she feels tired. And theoretically, this cycle can repeat forever, meaning this jellyfish could be biologically immortal. Of course, in the wild, they still get eaten or die from disease. But the idea that a creature can escape aging itself? That's next-level evolution. It's not immortality in the Hollywood sense. It's immortality through regeneration. A living reset button built by nature. Stock footage cue, jellyfish floating in bioluminescent water, slow glow effect. Number 5. The mantis shrimp, the animal with supervision and deadly punches. Next up is an ocean-dwelling creature that puts every Marvel hero to shame. The mantis shrimp may look small and colorful, but it's one of the most violent animals on Earth. Its punch is so fast, over 50 miles per hour, that it creates tiny bubbles of plasma in the water that explode with the force of a bullet. That's called cavitation, and it's strong enough to break aquarium glass. But it's not just its punch that's wild, it's the mantis shrimp's eyes. Humans have 3 color receptors, red, green, and blue. Mantis shrimp, they have up to 16. That means they can see ultraviolet, infrared, and even polarized light, colors we can't even imagine. Scientists still don't fully understand why it evolved such vision, but it's likely used for detecting prey, communication, and camouflage that only other mantis shrimp can see. Basically, it's like having built-in superhero goggles and rocket-powered fists. Stock footage cue, close-up of mantis shrimp eyes, slow-motion punch-smashing shell, underwater reef shots. Number 4. The axolotl, the regeneration master. You've probably seen this smiling amphibian online, the axolotl. But behind that adorable face lies a superpower straight from science fiction. The axolotl can regrow nearly any body part, limbs, spinal cord, heart tissue, even parts of its brain, perfectly and repeatedly, without any scarring. Most animals can't do this. Even humans can only heal small wounds, and scarring is our body's default repair method. But the axolotl? It simply rebuilds whatever it loses. Scientists have studied axolotls for decades, hoping to unlock their secret for human medicine. Imagine if we could regenerate damaged organs or lost limbs just like them. No prosthetics, no transplants. It's also neotenic, meaning it retains its juvenile features even as an adult. It never fully transforms into a land-dwelling salamander like its relatives. It's permanently youthful, and that's not a bad gig. Stock footage cue, axolotl swimming in tank. Regrowth time-lapse illustrations, lab researchers. Number 3, the wood frog, the animal that freezes solid and comes back to life okay. Let's head to the Arctic tundra for this one. The wood frog has a winter survival strategy that seems impossible. When temperatures drop, it literally freezes solid. Heart stopped, blood frozen, completely lifeless. And when spring returns, it thaws out and hops away like nothing happened. How does it pull this off? The secret lies in glucose and urea that flood the frog's cells before freezing. These act like natural antifreeze, preventing ice crystals from destroying its tissues. For months, the frog doesn't breathe, doesn't move, and doesn't eat. Yet somehow, its organs remain intact. Scientists studying wood frogs believe this adaptation could one day help in human cryogenics, preserving organs for transplant or even future space travel. Nature basically invented suspended animation long before humans even dreamed of it. Stock footage cue, Arctic forest, frog freezing time-lapse animation, ice melting, and frog jumping away. Number 2, The lyrebird, the ultimate mimic at first glance. The lyrebird looks like an ordinary bird from Australia, but it's one of the most incredible sound imitators on the planet. This bird doesn't just mimic other birds, it can imitate nearly any sound it hears. Chainsaws, car alarms, camera shutters, even human laughter, all copied with terrifying accuracy. The male lyrebird uses this skill during mating displays, creating a symphony of forest sounds to impress potential mates. It's not just mimicry, it's performance art, and its vocal anatomy is so complex that it can layer multiple sounds at once, like a one-bird orchestra. In evolutionary terms, it's believed this talent evolved for social signaling and territorial dominance, but it also shows how flexible animal intelligence can be. It's nature's living tape recorder, and a reminder that creativity isn't limited to humans. Stock footage cue, lyrebird calling, Australian forest sounds, clips of bird imitating human noises. Number 1. The horned lizard, the blood-shooting survivor. Finally, our number 1 adaptation belongs to a creature straight out of a monster movie, the horned lizard. This spiky reptile, found in deserts of North America, has an absolutely bizarre defense mechanism. When threatened by predators, especially coyotes, it can shoot jets of blood from its eyes. Yes, actual blood. The lizard increases pressure in its head until tiny vessels near the eyes rupture, squirting blood up to 5 feet away. And it's not just for shock value. The blood contains chemicals that taste disgusting to predators. It's a last resort defense, but it works. The predator spits it out and the lizard scurries off, alive and a bit dizzy but unharmed. Evolution didn't just give this creature armor, it gave it biological warfare. That might sound grotesque, but it's genius in its own way. In the harsh desert where survival is everything, sometimes the best weapon is pure shock value. Stock footage cue, desert landscape, horned lizard close-up, animation of eye blood squirt, predator retreating. The electric eel, nature's power plant, is a quick bonus. Let's not forget the electric eel. It's technically not an eel but a knife fish, and it can generate up to 600 volts of electricity. That's enough to knock out a horse, or power a small LED light bulb. The eel uses this electric charge to hunt, navigate muddy waters, and defend itself. Its body contains thousands of specialized cells called electrocytes, which work like biological batteries. Scientists are studying these to inspire new forms of biological energy storage. So, one day, our clean energy tech might come from an electric eel. Stock footage cue, electric eel underwater, lightning energy animation, glowing water effect. Part 3, the outro, and there you have it. 6 animal adaptations that sound like superpowers, but are 100% real. From jellyfish that can cheat death, to frogs that freeze solid, to lizards that shoot blood, evolution is the ultimate engineer. If you enjoyed discovering nature's weirdest miracles, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another dive into the wild side of science. Tell us in the comments, which adaptation blew your mind the most? And if you could have one of these powers, which would you choose? Until next time, stay curious, and remember, nature always finds a way. Fade out with calm, ambient music and nature shots, ocean to forest to desert transition. Soft ambient music fades in, gentle piano or cinematic strings. Nature footage transitions between forest, ocean, and desert scenes. And there you have it. 6 mind-blowing animal adaptations that prove the natural world is far more incredible than we often give it credit for. When you really think about it, these aren't just random survival tricks. Each adaptation, from the immortal jellyfish to the blood-shooting lizard, is a story millions of years in the making. They're reminders of how life constantly rewrites its own rules, evolving in ways we can barely imagine just to keep surviving in an ever-changing world. Every one of these animals shows us a different side of what it means to adapt. For the jellyfish, it's about escaping death itself. For the mantis shrimp, it's about mastering both vision and violence. For the axolotl, it's the power to rebuild from loss. And for the wood frog, it's the patience to freeze, wait, and come back to life when the world is ready again. They don't fight nature, they flow with it. And maybe there's something we can learn from that. We humans often like to think we've outsmarted evolution. We build, we invent, we control. But these creatures remind us that the most profound solutions sometimes come from simplicity, from patience, and from millions of years of quiet experimentation by nature itself. It's humbling, really. The more we study the animal kingdom, the more we realize nature isn't just surviving, it's thriving in ways that make science fiction look outdated. Cue slow montage, clips of jellyfish, frogs, birds, lizards, blended with wide natural landscapes. Think about it. A jellyfish that refuses to age, a shrimp that sees colors we can't even imagine, and a tiny amphibian that laughs in the face of death every winter. These are not just curiosities, they're clues. Clues about what's possible when life evolves without boundaries. And maybe that's the real takeaway here. Evolution doesn't create superheroes, it creates survivors.